Yeah, so it's I have to keep moving it to get the place where the light shines through. So I'm Doug Cox. We're sitting here in my studio, and I have made 1,100 instruments as of this day. And with a little bit of luck, there'll be another few at least, because they seem to keep happening. Part of the Quaker understanding or path, as I understand it, is that we take life one step at a time. That we're given the information, the sense, the direction that we need for the moment, and that will lead us to a place where there is another opportunity that will open up. So unfortunately, or one of the things about violin making as a subtractive technology is that you can always take wood off, but you can't put it back. So the path was basic apprenticeship study in Mittenwald, Germany, which was the place to go at that time, which led to a career working in Boston in what was then the premier shop in Boston, working with the finest players and the finest instruments. So that was a wonderful experience. And 10 years of that prepared me to go on my own. What this is all about is sound, ultimately, and that the wood is constantly making noises that are characteristic of the particular piece of wood when I'm working it with the tools. All these cuts will get redone when the wood is it's been moistened so that it's softer and easier to cut at this point, but after it's dried, it's easier to do the final fine cutting. In Germany, they took us students up into the hills outside of Mittenwald, which is in the Bavarian Alps. It's a very beautiful and romantic place. And they took us to a grove of maple trees and saying, this is where the violin makers came to cut their wood that they made the violins from. One thing you could learn from that is that the Alps are the place where the wood that you want to work with. The lesson that I took from that is that you ought to be able to leave your house and go out in the backyard and find wood that you could make violins from. And part of locating here in West Brattleboro is that it does have a bit of a alpine sense to it, and it is a place where spruce and maple grow, as well as many other trees. I've taken freedom in using different woods: butternut, birch, cherry, curly ash. Using American maple is different from European maple, and American willow is different from European willow. To reflect on what is our sense of place here. Could I build an instrument all from wood that was grown and harvested within 5 or 10 miles of here? This is instrument number 739 that was made in 2011. This is the whetstone violin. So this was made primarily from wood that grew within the whetstone watershed. The fingerboard on this violin is made of hop hornbeam, or what's locally known as ironwood. And it's called ironwood because it's very hard. It's probably the hardest of the woods that grows in this area. Flamed ash back and The ribs are of similar material. The neck is of maple, and the top is of spruce. It's wonderful when the process has become so habitual, so in a flow, that it just becomes clear and natural of what is the next cut, what is the shaping that's there. It just has a life of its own. I try to build love into my instruments. I try to love what I'm doing. I try to be caring, to put that in with the thought that that is going to be in the instruments and is going to flow through in some way.